Disney cruises are magical, but do you know what's truly unforgettable? The food. From royal dining rooms to sweet spots, we're spilling the tea on everything worth trying aboard the Disney Fantasy. Just in case you're new to cruising with Disney, here's a quick rotational dining 101. Unique to the cruise industry, Disney assigns your family to rotate to one of 3 main dining rooms on the ship. In the case of the Disney Fantasy, this means you'll rotate between Animator's Palate, Enchanted Garden, and Royal Court on your cruise. What makes this extra special is that your dining cast members will rotate with you, giving them a chance to learn you and your family's preferences, which kicks the service level up a notch. We found our team to be excellent with our little guy, and each night there was a magic trick or origami done to entertain him. Now let's jump into our countdown, starting with the Royal Court. Will you feel like royalty after dining at the Royal Court? Located just off of the central atrium on Deck 3, the theming of this dining venue is designed to give you a sense that you've stepped inside of a fairy tale and are in fact dining in a royal court. The restaurant is filled with royal touches like mosaics of your favorite princesses, and your dessert menu is printed like a royal invitation. But how's the food? On our cruise, we had a chance to eat at the Royal Court twice for dinner and once for breakfast, and our experiences were slightly different each time. Do keep in mind that the menus are subject to change. Overall, we felt that the food options here were solid. Here are some of the highlights. Our favorite appetizers were the iced lobster and jumbo shrimp with green asparagus, horseradish cream, and dill dressing, and the marinated tiger shrimp with celery hearts. And we can also recommend the aged prosciutto served with sun-dried tomatoes, Parmesan cheese, and roasted garlic. Our favorite main course, hands down, was the oven-baked salmon royale, crowned with king smoked salmon and horseradish crust, accompanied by sautéed Swiss chard, truffled cauliflower puree, and a white wine sauce. An honorable mention goes to the roasted red snapper, served on a bed of fennel, olives, sweet potatoes, and Yukon gold potato ragout with saffron broth. And of course, you can't go wrong with the chocolate lava cake. And as for breakfast, the first thing you should know is that you will not be sat at your normal table and probably will not have your usual wait staff. That said, while we only had breakfast in the main dining room once, we do believe that the menu is the same daily and it's more expansive than what you'll see on your final breakfast. For us, nothing beats having whatever you order come to you and not having to fight for it at the buffet. For the most part, everything we ordered here was fresh and delicious. The standout was the ham and cheese omelet, the hash browns, and the Mickey waffles. I mean, you can't go wrong with fresh Mickey waffles. The downside, I didn't care for my bacon and Paul didn't care for his sausage. In fact, none of us enjoyed the bacon. We all thought that it was overcooked, which made it a little rubbery and tough to chew. Also, on this morning, the eggs that came with the DCL Express were runny. To avoid this, we'd suggest having your eggs made to order. And so, will you be dining like royalty at the Royal Court? Not if you end up seated in the same room as we did. It felt closed in, dark, and anything but royal. In fact, it felt like we had been sent to the dungeon. It was an unfortunate location and for us, did affect how we felt about our dining experience. Next up, the Enchanted Garden located on Deck 2. This restaurant is designed to make you feel as though you've stepped into the garden at Versailles. When you enter the restaurant, you stepped into the garden during the day, and over the course of dinner, the sun sets as you exit at night. But what about the food? We only ate at the Enchanted Garden once, swapping out a meal here for Remy's. Based on our experience, we can recommend the Applewood Smoked Bacon Wild Mushroom Tart with creamy leeks and the Ahi Tuna and Avocado Tower for your starters. And for your mains, we can recommend the caramelized sea scallops with roasted asparagus, sun-dried tomato couscous, caramelized leeks, and red wine veal jus. And so, will you feel like you've spent an evening dining at Versailles? Well, not exactly, but the theming here due to our table placement was much more enjoyable than Royal Court. And because what's a cruise without your sweet treats? Nothing. The answer really is nothing, by the way. We've combined Frozone treats, Sweet on You, and ice cream treats and dropped them here in our countdown. You'll find all 3 of these sweet treat venues located on Deck 11. Now, in all fairness to Frozone, we didn't have a chance to try a treat here, but we did get a chance to try the gelato over at Sweet On You and can recommend it. However, you should know that everything in Sweet On You does come at an additional cost, and for that reason, we recommend you swing by ice cream instead. The ice cream here is complimentary and the flavors change daily. Next up, also on deck 11, you'll find Flo's Cafe. Here you'll find pizza, burgers, fries, and the like. But what you really need to know is that this is your go-to for those chicken tenders that everyone raves about. Enough said. Located on deck 11, this is literally one of the best buffets we've experienced in over a dozen cruises. This buffet is known for its fresh seafood options. The shrimp and crab are on the buffet daily, and it's easy to make a meal here anytime the buffet is open. And now for our top 3 restaurants and dishes. First up, Animator's Palate. Located on deck 3, Animator's Palate is a one-of-a-kind dining venue that brings the magic of Disney animation to life right before your eyes. And throughout your meal, you'll be immersed in an ever-changing, vibrant world of animation that's truly special. Now, we know that this restaurant does have a reputation for being a bit hit or miss. In our experience, there were more hits than misses. And it could be that dining here 3 times on our sailing swayed our view of the food. From our first dinner, we can recommend the infamous black truffle pasta persets, which are pasta purses filled with truffle-scented cheese and coated with a champagne sauce for your starter. And the penne bolognese, which was a penne pasta mixed with a rich bolognese sauce garnished with shaved parmesan and toasted garlic ciabatta. We can also recommend the ginger teriyaki dusted Angus beef tenderloin served on wasabi mashed potatoes with bok choy and a tamarind barbecue reduction. And our second night was Pirate Night. I believe the Pirate Night menu is the same throughout the ship. Leave us a comment below to confirm that for me. But from this menu, I have to say we were surprised by how fresh the seafood was, considering that by the time we got to Pirate Night, we were 4 days into our voyage. We can recommend the deep-fried Calypso crab cake that came with Cajun remoulade, green onion, and lemon. For the mains, we can recommend both the Jack's Treasure of the Seas, that was grilled shrimp and seared scallops, served with spinach and strings of pasta, and the Sia Dalma jerk chicken, which was a 48-hour jerk-marinated chicken, grilled and served with rice and peas, fried plantains, and a pineapple chili salsa. And for our final night aboard the ship, we had one last dinner at Animator's Palate. Now this was the extra special dinner where we had an opportunity to draw and watch our drawings come to life. For your starters here, we can recommend the Malaysian chicken satay grilled chicken skewers, which were marinated in turmeric chili and coriander and served with peanut sauce and cucumber on the side. And the porcini sacchetti pasta filled with porcini mushrooms, Swiss and fontina cheese with garlic, thyme, and a Prosecco wine sauce. For the mains, the best dish we had that evening was the chicken schnitzel breaded chicken breast that was fried in butter, served with roasted bacon potatoes and buttered green beans. And now we come to the specialty dining restaurants. It will come as no surprise that the upcharge restaurants are in the top spots. What might surprise you is the order they appear on our list. In the second spot, we've placed Remy. You have 2 options with Remy. You can choose a brunch or dinner. We choose to have dinner at Remy. The meal was absolutely amazing and certainly a 5-star plus experience from the moment we walked in to the last. The tasting menu was exquisite and the chef accommodating. So why didn't this restaurant make our top spot? Simply because the menu can be considered more adventurous than any other aboard ship, which closes off the experience to the less adventurous eaters. If you have a broad palate, then we highly recommend that you give this one a try. But if you enjoy more familiar flavors, then you can't go wrong with Brunch at Palo, our top pick for dining aboard the Disney Fantasy. You should know that reservations at Palo and Remy are required and they do book up fast. Both venues are adults only and come at an additional cost. Be sure to check the price at the time of your booking, as prices may change. The menu at Palo Brunch was extensive and delicious. We ordered a variety of dishes and they were all winners. It will be a surprise to no one that our favorite dish on the menu was the infamous Parmesan crusted chicken breast. Be sure to leave us a comment below and let us know what your favorite restaurant is on the Disney Fantasy. We have a deep dive review on all of the rotational and specialty dining restaurants in our Disney Fantasy playlist. We'll link that for you here and below. Thank you so much for watching. We hope that this information will be helpful to you on your Disney Fantasy cruise. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you know when the next adventure begins. And no matter where your next adventures take you, we hope that you enjoy the journey. Bye now.